Hello, I'm John Prendergast, clinical hypnopsychotherapist. I want to take a few minutes and just talk to you about past life regression. It's something that I get asked about fairly frequently. Past life regression is where somebody is brought into a relaxed hypnotic state and where they're directed to go back through this life and into a previous life. And in that state, their mind will create a narrative, a story of events and places and experiences. And this can often be a very profound and very emotional experience, and a lot of people find it very useful. But the big question that you're probably thinking is, does it prove that there are past lives, or what's going on? The sad news is, we don't really have an answer. We don't have evidence one way or another that's conclusive. But I will tell you a bit about my personal experience with past life regression, and I'll tell you a bit about how the brain works in similar states in therapy. So one of the things that happens in the human mind is that whenever it's quiet, and whenever it's not directed by some specific information, it will use opportunities to bring together different bits and pieces of information and to construct a narrative or a story so that the mind can run a scenario and seek answers so it can seek greater understanding. And where you've probably experienced this is in dreams. In dreams there can be a whole pile of different elements. They can be quite alien and nonsensical from each other even. But your brain will tie and knit them all together into a story. And you'll feel that it's an experience that you're going through. A past life regression can be a little bit like that. The person delivering it to you should be using absolutely clean language. They shouldn't be directing anything that might suggest a place, a person, an item, or any type of specific experience. They should be taking you through it so that they're suggesting that you're going through time, that you're having different experiences. But they shouldn't be telling you what they are. And this ensures that whatever experience you do have is coming from within you. It's very easy, sadly, to influence a past life regression. An unscrupulous person delivering one can pretty much colour the experience that you're going to have according to what they want you to experience. Because when you're in that relaxed hypnotic state, you're very suggestible. We all are. I can give you a couple of examples of things that would do this. If I wanted you to have a particular experience, I might say to you during the setup for this, during the talking about it, that I'm not going to tower over you. I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to be sitting here and you're going to have plenty of personal space. I might explain to you how your mind is going to go around the issues, how it's going to look through them, and how you're going to find that you're going to have a general experience that will be quite complete and whole and in the round as you go through this. Now that was a bit blatant, but if I work that into several minutes of conversation, you might not realize I've suggested a tower with hand motions and with vocals, and I've also suggested repeatedly round. You'd be surprised how many people will experience a narrative which will include a round tower, just because that information can be presented in that way. So it's very important that whoever is performing a past life regression for you doesn't have an axe to grind, isn't trying to tell you that you have or haven't had a previous life experience, but that they're interested in making sure that the experience you have comes really from deeply inside yourself. During my training as a hypnopsychotherapist, I learned how to do past life regressions, and I also had an experience of having it done for me. And it was one of the most powerful and deeply moving experiences of my life. My brain created a story and a narrative, and it had a deep personal meaning for me. Now, as to whether that was genuinely coming from a past experience or a past life, or whether that was my mind being aware of certain things in the here and now, and bringing them to my attention in the form of this story, is something that I can't give you a definite answer for. But what I will tell you is that it was something I'm very glad that I did. It was something that has helped me in my life. And I would say to you that when it comes to past life regression, I would say as long as the information you get is of value to you, as long as it's not coloured by some external agent or person, if it helps you make your life here and now better, if it helps you understand yourself more, if it brings you closer to happiness or success, or gives you a greater insight that's useful, then it's certainly something that I would say, more power to you. Use it for you. So if you found this useful or interesting, please leave a comment on the blog or on my Facebook site. And if you have any questions, just post them there too and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.